We're on the road. Where transportation goes, community grows. Welcome to On the Road with the MTA. And welcome to another exciting edition of On the Road with the MTA. I'm Jay Gibbons alongside with Stephanie K from the MTA. How's Stephanie over there?
I am well, thank you for asking, but I'm a little concerned about this weather. It's like it's fooling me. All my tulips came up and all the hyacinths with some nice warm weather. Now they're frozen under the snow again.
See, I told everybody, don't get your golf clubs out yet. Michigan is not done. It's never done in March.
I know. Speaking of golf, we have a golf outing coming up that we're going to have that on the podcast talking about that soon. It's very nice. But we have a special guest in the studio, which I love this. Scott Bennett, I've known him for the longest time. I can't remember the first place that we actually met, but I know that you're a supervisor of Blanc Township.
Yes.
And you're also on the board here at MTA.
Woo-hoo. I am.
Yes. What else do you do?
Very, very excited for that.
Oh, good.
I serve on a few boards as township supervisor around the county, and I love being involved in just about every aspect of the county, from water and sewer to 911 consortium to MTA. And I enjoy the involvement and knowing what's going on and helping to influence some policy decisions in all those boards.
Well, you are everywhere, and you're always very nice. You always look so well dressed. It's always nice to see you.
Yeah, he's the only one wearing a tie. I feel underdressed.
Well, I saw you at the Blanc lunch, or the breakfast they had at Elga not too long ago.
Right.
And I know like I said, you're on the board here at MTA, but you also you said you work at 911 too. You're on the board there.
Right, the 911 consortium. So it's like emergency calls that people would call 911 for any type of emergency, including the tornado that we had a few weeks ago. And very important and critical piece of our county is having that 911 service available. So
what do you do on that board? Like, what is your part of that?
Yep, I'm one of the board members. I'm actually vice chair for that board.
Okay.
And so we have quite a few employees that take those calls. It's a very challenging job for those employees. And we work with all the police departments, fire departments around the county and interact with them. And a lot of technology involved with that phone system that they have. And they're actually looking for new location because Genesee County 911, believe it or not, is one of the busiest in the state. And
really?
So we need a little bit larger facility. So it's one of the projects that we have going right now.
Well, just speaking of the tornado too that we just had a tornado drill this afternoon at 1 o'clock.
Yes, at the time of this taping. Yep.
Yeah, I knew we were going to have it, but it scared me when it went off. But that's a frightening thing for people. And when it did go off not too long ago here in Blanc, I was so tired. I thought, maybe it'll stop. I didn't want to get up. And I thought, well, I got to go to the bathroom, so I'll go downstairs in case the roof blows off. And I have my no pants on, so I'll go downstairs. And then it kind of stopped, so I went back upstairs. But it was a really eerie feeling. And I had no idea just how incredibly dangerous it was out there until the next day.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that we had mentioned beforehand, or you mentioned to me, Stephanie, was that MTA actually goes to sites where there are situations where
first responders
maybe first responders are dealing with an apartment complex that's on fire, and actually MTA uses their transportation to pick those people up, and that's just awesome that MTA is ready and willing to do that when those kind of disasters
People
happen.
weren't aware of that. I wasn't even aware of that until
Neither was I.
I know. Well, we had that a house blew up, and that was really it shook my house, which was miles away. Wow. And then there was an apartment complex that caught on fire.
Sure.
And yes, MTA sends the buses out there and they get people away from danger and take them to safety. And they have a warming bus I'll send out there too, so people just want to sit in the bus to stay warm. So yeah, I'm so proud of them for doing that, for being first responders.
I'm amazed. I haven't been on the MTA board that long, but I'm amazed at all the different aspects of life that MTA enters into to help people, whether it's our people that are disabled, blind, people that need rides to wellness, veterans. MTA is involved in so many different things. It's amazing what you do.
Well, thank you for recognizing that. And you're on two of the most important boards. If you're on MTA and 911, we work together. So you're like partnerships.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I know I saw you at the M Chamber as well. You're always everywhere. You always do a great job. But tell us what you're doing right now, this community cleanup. How did that get started, and what is that about?
One of our strategic plans for the Blanc Township Board was doing something in terms of curb appeal for our township. Trash, collecting along streets, that stuff gathers over a period of time.
Sure.
And we need people to be able to help us pick that up. It's one of those things that, falls through the cracks that really there's no government agency in charge of doing that. But we're relying on volunteers to help us. Last year was our first year having a cleanup day. It was very successful.
Good.
We had I think just about every credit union in Blanc Township helped sponsor it and sent employees to do that. We also picked certain sites within the township that we targeted, that we actually did plantings of flowers. And
I've seen those on South Saginaw Street. Did you guys do that one?
We did along Saginaw Street.
Beautiful.
We had planters along Saginaw Street. We had the exit at 475 and 75 and Holly Road. We picked certain areas that were very visible. You know, we have thousands of people that come to our community for everything from the Ally Challenge to back to the bricks.
Oh, right.
And we just think it's real important that, you know, when we have visitors coming to us from out of town, especially during the summer months, that we show what a presentable and what a great community we really are. So picking up, you know, the trash that blows around and making sure that we have nice plantings when people get off the expressway to see, you know,
I appreciate it. It's beautiful. I think it's where South Saginaw Street, I think it's Center Road that comes together right there at that corner.
Yes.
Beautiful little garden right there.
Oh, yeah, that's in the city, and they have a garden club that takes care of that.
Oh, nice.
They do a fabulous
But
job.
who pays for all the flowers? That's expensive?
Well, we picked up sponsorships, actually.
Oh, okay.
And so we had businesses that picked up all of the cost, except we did get a grant from the Community Foundation.
Nice.
From Grand Blanc. So that was fabulous to help pay for those planters. But we had quite a few businesses that contributed up to $1,500 a piece.
Oh, my gosh.
To help pay for the flowers and the work that we have
benefits
done.
them, too. It's going to be more beautiful
Absolutely.
around where they work.
So we're looking at expanding it, actually, this summer. We're
good.
We're getting more of those planters, and we're looking at more areas to plant. And we're hoping that we get quite a crowd for the cleanup day.
Sure. And what day is that?
That's going to be on Saturday, April 27th. And we're pleased to have MTA helping us with that. But we're going to have a gathering place. Faith Lutheran Church has offered their parking lot facility for us to have everybody meet there. And then we're going to take MTA buses to the sites where the cleanup will occur.
And how did you decide where those cleanup areas were going to be?
Right. Well, part of it is we're prioritizing those based on how many people we get signed up for this.
Yeah.
We do have some areas that, you know, we were asked, hey, how can we help with, you know, cleanup from the tornado?
Oh my gosh, yes.
And some of that is just massive, and most of it is on private property. But our park had quite a bit of damage. A lot of one of the pavilions blew into the pond.
I saw that. The playground was all destroyed.
Yes, we had our insurance company out this week looking at that, and thankfully a lot of it's going to be covered.
Good.
We actually were planning to put in a new playground, $400,000 new playground that's ADA compliant. Prior.
Oh.
So that's exciting that we were putting that in anyways. But we're going to have a few new things with the insurance picking up the cost.
It's a blessing. See, sometimes when things happen, it seems horrible. It's a blessing.
Yeah. But the cleanup from that, we're going to ask volunteers along Reed Road in the township where a lot of the debris blew into the ditches and what have you. We're going to clean that up. But we have a lot of expressway exits that need some attention as well.
So if somebody wants to volunteer, do they bring their own stick and bag and stuff, or do you provide those?
Actually, we're going to provide the fluorescent, traffic safety vests. We're going to provide the picker-uppers, the trash picker-uppers, the bags.
That's official word, picker-upper.
Right. The gloves. You just have to show up and maybe wear some shoes that can get into the weeds a little bit. And I'd suggest long pants for walking through some of the high grass. But what the great part about this time of the year is that, especially with no snow, is that you can see all the litter and we can pick it up.
That's true. You might find some money or something important. You never know.
Yep. We found some interesting things last year.
I bet you. What's the most interesting? Can you share or not? Nope.
We found things that were partially buried. We found, I think, a purse and somebody's purse. We found, I believe, a handgun.
Oh, wow.
You didn't find Jimmy Hoffa, did you?
No. Okay, we did not find that. But
did you find my dignity? Because I think I've lost it along the way somewhere. I'm kidding. I fell off the boat one time.
Right.
I lost my toe ring and my sandal and my dignity. I fell off.
But it was a great, camaraderie and teamwork.
Sure.
With the people. Great community event that, it brought together a lot of people that to meet each other that maybe haven't worked together before on anything. So.
Right. So if somebody's listening right now and they do want to volunteer, or maybe there's a business that wants to sponsor, or somebody wants to volunteer, how do they get a hold of you to do this?
Absolutely. On our website for Grand Blanc Township, just go to our Grand Blanc Township website, and there's the form is on there to sign up, probably the QR code that they'll click on or take a picture of. Stop by the township office. We have flyers out front with the QR code for signing up. We also have the ability for businesses to sponsor or groups.
That's nice.
Everything from $100 sponsorship up to $1,500. So
that's great.
And we'll put your logo on some of the giveaways that the volunteers are going to get. They're going to get a kind of like a little knapsack for putting a few things in that all the volunteers will receive. So it's going to be a well-organized event.
Well, I'm going to help you promote this because I see there's a scan code on the flyer. So I'll just put that on.
Absolutely.
Online.
Yeah. That'd be great if you could help us with that.
Sure. Guys, we're on Facebook. We're on MTA Facebook and my personal Stephanie K. Confer, and also the Friends of Public Transportation. And I'll put on LinkedIn. So we'll get you some people out there.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. I love what you guys are doing. So what's your goal? How many would you like to have? As many as you can get, right?
25,000. No, just
we probably had over 100 people last year helping us.
Really?
We'd love to see maybe 250 to 500 people.
That'd be easier.
We'd be able to cover a lot of ground very quickly.
Yeah, more hands.
Yeah, we're going to meet in the morning, probably wrap up. We're going to have lunch. And so
food.
Yeah. So the more people we have, the quicker we can work and get through.
And you meet people. It's like you said, it's camaraderie, and you're working together, and you're doing it for a good cause.
It is. We'd love to see some groups, whether it's church groups, business groups.
Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts.
Yeah, absolutely. The various service organizations, chambers, what have you.
Well, what made you want to do this in the first place?
Again, our strategic plan, we said, hey, what do we need to focus on in Grand Blanc Township? And one of the things was that how do we make sure that we help the curb appeal? And I think, it also says something about your community when people care enough for it that they pick up things and they plant things, wanting to make your township or community beautiful.
And you don't have a lot of vandalism, do you? I don't see things like painted on or graphic.
We want people to take pride in our community, and that's what this is all about: is helping people to have a culture of having pride and like where they love where they live.
Well, it's beautiful. Grand Blanc is beautiful. You guys did a great job so far.
And when you invest, in your community in terms of hey, I help clean this area up.
Yeah, take pride in that.
You take a little bit more care in what happens to that area in the future too.
Sure. So I know you're doing this, and you're going to help sponsor our golf outing that we're doing. You're doing so much. The supervisor. So what else are you doing? What else are you working on?
We have just so much going on in Grand Blanc Township right now. I mentioned to you that we have a brand new playground that we're going to be installing this summer, $400,000 playground that's ADA accessible.
I love that.
We just announced that we received a $1.5 million, $1.4 million in grant. We're going to be putting a non-motorized pathway down Embury Road to Cook Road and then connecting to the Dort Highway extension.
Perfect.
Which that non-motorized pathway will allow people to, let's say, park at the Genesis Athletic Club and get on the pathways there and go all the way up past Hill Road.
Oh, I love that. I know you're a biker now. You shared that with me. You can bike on that.
Yes.
Yay.
And the other exciting thing is the county is actually building the pathway down Perry Road that will actually go into downtown Grand Blanc, connect with our pathway on Grand Blanc Road. But that pathway will go all the way out Perry Road and connect to Goodrich High School.
Wow, that's quite a distance.
There'll be a trailhead at the East Middle School. So we're building out non-motorized pathways that can be utilized by everybody, not just cyclists, but people that are in wheelchairs, people that want to push strollers, what have you.
And or just walk.
Yeah, I mean, we see people, walking along the shoulder of some of these roads, and it's
can be dangerous.
Yes, very dangerous. So,
are you a biker, Jay?
Oh, yes.
I thought you were. What kind of bike do you have?
I have a nice Checkpoint from Trek. Both my wife and I both have one of those. It's all carbon fiber. It's lightweight.
Well, Scott is doing a marathon type. What do you?
Oh, really?
Well, I started doing gravel biking.
Oh, yes. We have ours would be classified as a gravel bike because you have slightly wider tires.
That's what he was saying.
But, because you can't really have the real skinny ones. I had a bike, a Domani, down in Florida, but they have everything's paved down there, and they have lots of trails, and they don't have the road hazards that Michigan has. So up here, you have to have almost a gravel bike because you can't ride with the skinny tires unless you're on a specific, nicely paved road. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, I love trails. If I can find a bike trail somewhere,
you'll love this one that Scott's going to be developing.
Well, these are paved pathways that we're doing.
Really?
So for example, the pathway that will go from Dort Highway extension to Cook Road to Embury down Grand Blanc Road, that'll be a $2.5 million project. It's about $1 million a mile to build one of these pathways.
Really?
It's built to the same standards as a road. So it's going to last.
But you had the money to do it, but that's grant.
We have the grants, and we're committing right now. We have $500,000 that the township is committing towards that, and we have a few groups that are attempting to raise money to assist with that too.
Yeah. So how long do you think it'll take you to have that in place?
We're going to start construction in the spring. We've been working on collecting or paying for the easements along Embry Road, and we've had some very generous people that have just given us their easement. So it'll be built. It'll start next year. Whether or not it gets completed, we have to push back the overpasses on Cook Road to be able to do that.
Oh, okay.
Which will be quite the job.
Yeah,
but
that will be.
We have quite a bit going on Baldwin Road. We have Enterprise Park that we've added over 1,000 new jobs to that area, and they're all very well paying. Some of them aren't completely open yet, but Plastic Omnium is a French company that's going to be building hydrogen fuel cells.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Of course, we have hydrogen buses, so
yes,
perfect.
Exactly. I think it'll be a great partnership, too, with the MTA. I know the company has actually been talking to MTA about using some of the hydrogen that MTA has for their buses. The technology is amazing. What we've seen.
It is, isn't it?
It is.
Incredible. The hot water comes out of the tailpipe. You could drink coffee out of it, so clean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's amazing.
Yeah. So they're going to employ about 200 people with an average wage of about $1,900 a week. So these are jobs that are paying. We have several other businesses: Fessler Bowman, Sullivan Distributing, DAG Enterprises.
What all do they make?
Sullivan Distributing is the beverage distributor.
Oh, sure.
They built a huge building that you can see from I-75. DAG Enterprises is they do a variety of things from plastic injection molding to all sorts of things for the auto industry. Fessler and Bowman is a premier commercial construction company that also manufactures some product.
That's going to make a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
Huge.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we need that.
We have a lot of technology businesses that have come to Grand Blanc Township in the past 2 years.
How exciting.
Yeah. I mean, Magna is huge. Mara Technologies makes some of these businesses are just amazing to go in. They make circuit boards for every type of industry.
Oh, yeah, it's interesting to watch all that.
Molex, the shark fin antennas on the back of your car.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, those are all designed in Grand Blanc Township at the at their design and research facility.
Something new every day, don't
Isn't
we?
that cool? That's awesome.
Well, I know you've been in place for like 7 years now, right?
Yes. Yep, I've been supervisor.
Is that the term? Is that the term, 7-year term?
No, it's a 4-year term. I'll be running again this fall. So
okay, well, you're a shoo-in with everything you're doing.
We're you know what? It's all about trying to keep our young people close to home. So many of us, our kids have had to move away to find well-paying jobs. Our goal is to keep our young people. We have great universities right here in our community
that we do.
We're educating a lot of young people, and unfortunately, they're many times moving out of the community to other states. We want to keep them here, and so we've got to create jobs that are well-paying and are jobs of the future, and that's what we're trying to do.
Now, I can't vote for you because I'm in Flint Township, right?
Okay.
Darn it. It's because you're in Grand Blanc.
So get you to move out there.
Okay, I would love that, especially with these trails. All that beautifying.
Well, when they did the last census, we were one of the few communities in the state that actually grew. One of the only ones in Genesee County that had a growth in population, but the construction that we have going on for residential is crazy as well. I can't tell you how many new home builds we have going on right now.
Glad to hear that.
Even with the interest rates, we have condo development along Grand Blanc Road that's going to add several hundred residences. In fact, we just voted on a $3 million sewer expansion project last night at our township board meeting. Our growth is moving so quickly, we're having to expand everything from water to sewer.
Well, I know the housing is it's through the roof. I went to a Burton Chamber actually today for lunch, and there was a gentleman that said his next door neighbor had his house up for sale, and there were 16 cars waiting to go in, and they'd give you 15 minutes to go in and come out, and the next person to go in.
Right.
And they're going for $30,000 over the asking price. Wow. I know.
That's crazy.
My mom passed away in June. We sold her house just to a friend, so they said thank you, because every time they went to go buy a house, they would bid $10,000 over the asking price, and they were still outbid. So it's just a crazy. I mean, it'll come back down eventually, but it's really crazy right now. So there's no home. So building these is going to be great.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, and we have a new technology village that is being developed.
What's that?
It's off Baldwin Road, right across from the Enterprise Park. So it's on the south side of Baldwin Road. There's cornfields there right now. The southern border of it would be the Security Credit Union on Saginaw Street.
Okay.
But that whole corner between Baldwin and Saginaw on the southwest corner, it's going to be a mixed use, technology-based businesses, as well as maybe some small retail and restaurant, but also residential mixed in with amongst those office buildings.
You've got a lot on your plate, don't you? That's huge.
Yeah. The road alone is a $10 million project that the developers are working on. We're going to put water and sewer in, which is probably $3 or $4 million.
Man, well, he came in just for the cleanup, and look what we found out. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's like it's a whole new community over there in Grand Blanc.
Yeah, we're fueling Genesee County, in terms of tax base, and we're hoping that the jobs that we're creating will help people throughout the county and throughout this region.
I'm sure it is. Even if you don't live in Grand Blanc, how nice to be able to volunteer for this and meet some other people and come out there, have a lunch and clean up and feel like you're really providing a good service. It's going to be productive.
Absolutely. We'd love to have people from anywhere come and join us.
Sure. Take some before and after pictures, like when it's really dirty and then afterwards.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Great suggestion.
And I'll help you share those on Facebook too.
Okay. Thank you,
Well, this is great. I know you're so busy, so we're going to let you go unless there's anything else you want to mention or talk about.
No, I appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely.
I'm excited to serve on the MTA board and
thank you for that.
with the great folks like two of you. And
he likes us. He really likes us.
Good. Absolutely. We'll have him back then.
Yes.
Well, the things that you guys are doing here are so innovative. I know that probably a lot of people take MTA for granted,
They do.
but the innovative things that you do here. I was looking at the awards case out front.
Yes.
The hydrogen fuel, you're going to be expanding your facility in Grand Blanc Township.
Yes.
Just because of all the people that want to come here and see what you're doing from around the country, really. And Mr. Benning,
he's got
director,
awesome.
I know has a large following of other leaders around the country that want to know what we're doing here with MTA.
Yeah.
But
I've seen Washington call him and say, "Can you give us your format? What are you doing over there that you're making it work?" I think.
What's your blueprint? Yeah.
Yes.
That's what they want.
Well, you said something. Use your comment about Mr. Benning playing hockey.
Well, I think it's not only just Mr. Benning, but it's the entire MTA where the hockey puck is going and not where it's been. It's a hockey. There's a hockey term, and that's basically what I use.
Yeah, Jay had said playing. It was like Mr. Benning is a professional hockey player. He doesn't look at the puck. He looks to see where the puck should be going.
Right.
And he hits the mark.
Instead of looking back,
exactly.
We're looking forward,
and he hits the mark every time.
Definitely does that.
It's
I mean,
amazing.
you look at the innovative programs, Rides to Wellness, what have you, and you can see that that's definitely on here.
Well, thank you for recognizing that. That's really nice to see that.
Yep.
And there's a millage coming up in August, and I'm really hoping that passes
will be.
because it really helps us to subsidize the free rides for the veterans and their widows and their spouses and we have also for the disabled and the seniors, we have a real discounted price for them as well, and be able to help with this, with the community cleanup.
Now, when you look at the statistics as far as ridership and all the great other, things that you do that nobody even talks about.
I know.
Like the wreaths on the at the National Cemetery. I think somebody told me there was 13 buses worth.
Yeah, all the buses, all hands on, and then we had to pay time and a half on the weekends, but we just did it for them for free, just to make sure that the wreaths, every veteran had a wreath on their grave.
No,
that
MTA is definitely a value that we want
the
people in our community
You should go out there and campaign with me so you can go out and talk.
I'll definitely
have you come with me. Well, August is important. We get out there. For you is in November, and us is for August. So we'll do it.
Okay.
If I could vote for you, I would. I'll campaign for you. I can't vote for you unless I move.
Right.
Thank you so much, Scott. You're to dear, and we're so grateful to have you. You're an asset.
Well, thank you, both of you.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm glad you're on our board. That's wonderful. He gets it. I know.
That helps big time.
For sure. Well, thanks for coming in. And we do this every week. So anytime you're doing something else that might be good for the community or helpful, like
very good.
Free meals and things we've given away before too. During the COVID, we actually gave away water to the people's homes. We took them food and water. And we're still doing the water thing for them.
Yep.
And we made it free all throughout COVID so they could get to their doctors and to their church.
That is fabulous.
That's why we're still working here, right, Jay?
That's right.
I love it.
Yep.
Right. That's a great culture.
Well, thanks. Well, okay, now, Jay, what if somebody else is listening and they want to come on a podcast? How do they get on?
They can email us. That's all they got to do. And it's podcasts@mtaflint.org.
And we'll have you on as well.
That's right.
Well, thanks for listening. Please listen every week as we do bring you the most important things in the community, like Scott Bennett, what he's doing here today. So thank you for listening, and please do stay safe.
You've been listening to On the Road with the MTA. For more information on our services and community outreach, visit us online anytime at www.mtaflint.org, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. The MTA, your community, your connection, your way.